He has stamped himself as one of our best hopes for gold.
Here are the light heavyweights warming up. The live fight comes up next after this. Live fight of the day. It's light heavyweights, 178-pound weight limit. This is Jeremy Williams, 19 years old, a young man out of Long Beach, California. He is coached by his father, Charles Williams. And the challenger, his opponent, Montell Griffin, will tell you how he got here. He is 22 years old. He is from Midway City, California. And this fight, ladies and gentlemen, is live, and it is for the last place available on the 1992 U.S. Olympic boxing team. And now you can see the height disparity, major difference between these two.
And it's an advantage that Jeremy Williams used very well in beating Griffin in the trials, but he did not use well here when Griffin beat him in the box-off.
And it was certainly the last two fights between these two young men have been worlds apart. Jeremy Williams dominated in Worcester, Massachusetts, was a fighter with great confidence. Yesterday in the box office, the first time these two guys met, Jeremy Williams looked like he was beat in the first round. Montell Griffin dominated from beginning to end.
Yeah, and even though the score was close at 14-11, Griffin imposed himself on Williams, was very demonstrative in the ring, and when he left the ring, there were people that felt that Jeremy Williams was beaten emotionally. We'll find out more about that today.
Jeremy Williams' head was down. Jerry Dusenberry is our referee. That was a caution to Griffin for holding. Of course, the referee in the ring is the final authority, and this is, as always now in amateur boxing, it's majority rule scoring. It's electronic scoring. Punches mean points in amateur boxing now.
There's the good left hook by Griffin. Of course, Griffin didn't even get picked originally to come here. As you look at the scoring, and that is the official scoring as you're seeing it. He lost to Williams in the finals of the trial, but they picked Terry McGroom to be the most noteworthy opponent. Then Griffin had to go challenge them through his lawyer, and they made a match between McGroom and Montell Griffin this week, and Griffin beat McGroom 2-1, not with electronic scoring.
So with if Montell Griffin makes the Olympic team, he will have fought and won 3 times this week. Actually 4 if you count the lawyer's threat of an injunction.
That was a win too, I guess.
3 times in the ring. Montell Griffin will have fought this week.
What Jeremy Williams did in their match in the trials that he hasn't done here at the box office is use his height and reach by boxing well and using his jab from the outside and his uppercut. Those have been weapons and that have been fun unused. And you see Griffin off to a good start. And it's Williams that gets the caution.
Jerry Dusenberry is just use your head. He's telling Williams, use your head. Keep control. Montell Griffin doesn't have a lot of international experience. He's coached by Jesse Reed. He was born and raised in Chicago. He's a young man who kind of jumped on the scene here. In the case of Jeremy Williams, started boxing when he was 4 years old. Said he'll turn pro after the Olympics are over. Told us that in his amateur career, he has 130 knockouts to his credit. Played high school basketball and football. Is one of 5 children. Wants to be a model after he finishes boxing. And again, Griffin leads early. That's a caution by Jerry Dusenberry for butting that to Montell Griffin. Interesting to note yesterday when these two finished fighting, Montell Griffin did not shake Jeremy Williams' hand. Caused a great deal of stir here in Phoenix. Into first round. Another caution, holding and hitting to Griffin by Jerry Dusenberry, the referee. 2 begins in red is Jeremy Williams. These are light heavyweights. His challenger, Montell Griffin. These 2 fighters have met 3 times. Jeremy Williams winning the first 2. And, of course, Montell Griffin winning yesterday to force this rubber match between the two for the final spot on the U.S. Olympic team. Another caution by referee Jerry Dusenberry for turning his back. That to Montell Griffin.
The intriguing thing here, Bob, is that Griffin's jab much more effective than Jeremy Williams. Even though he's a shorter boxer and has a reach disadvantage, jabs are mostly timing, and Griffin's timing has been excellent. And Jeremy Williams has underused his jab, and when he throws it, only throws one at a time.
Well, the change in personality in Jeremy Williams from Worcester to here is shocking.
Remarkable, and it's been brought about because of Griffin. Jeremy Williams looked like a lost soul at the end of that bout when Griffin just walked away from him without shaking hands. There's the uppercut from Williams. It's such an effective tool for him, but he has not used it much in this bout. And remember in the trials, he missed a land of 10 or 15 of those against Griffin.
Montell Griffin even said in the paper this morning, several cautions now by Jerry Dusenberry. That to Griffin for slapping. You see Griffin leads in the second round here. Punches are points now in electronic scoring. And Griffin said he didn't only physically beat him, he psychologically beat him yesterday.
And at this juncture, you maybe can make a case for that because Jeremy Williams has been very lethargic in this bout, not throwing combinations. That's what impressed everyone at the trials, and I think what made all of us believe that if he were to be the United States representative at the Olympics, Jeremy Williams, because of his quick hand speed and combinations, would be a good one. Now Griffin has taken that away from him.
Griffin he has quick hands, but he's kind of a plodding guy. He doesn't really have a real fancy stance there. You know, he's not the classic-looking style boxer, but he does throw thunderous hooks.
And ironically, because he's got the pretty good jab and the straight right hand, he's got enough boxing skills to get by, and because of his power, may put some people away. He's only lost twice in 27 amateur bouts, Montell Griffin, both to Williams.
And of course, to remind you once again, the winner of this fight makes the U.S. Olympic boxing team. The loser goes home. This is the only challenger who has beaten the weight class winner in good hooks by Montell Griffin. Another caution, Jerry Dusenberry to Williams for holding, but Montell Griffin now all over Jeremy Williams.
He hurt him with the right hand, then came with the left hook, and right now he is intimidating Jeremy Williams in the ring.
Yeah, Montell Griffin just mouthed, "You want more?"
He was very distressed that they didn't pick him and pick Terry McGroom as the most noteworthy opponent. He's taking it out on Williams. And he'll get a standing 8, I believe, Williams. No? Caution.
This is as many cautions as we've seen in any one fight so far this week at the box office.
Yeah, the referees have been lunch less intrusive, and that's not to criticize Jerry Dusenberry. Some of these cautions he's making make a lot of sense.
End of round 2. Montell Griffin in blue, a big lead. In blue is Montell Griffin. Griffin leads. If he wins, he makes the Olympic boxing team. At this point, he leads and leads by a lot.
He has been very aggressive, Montell Griffin, and he's gotten inside the jab of Williams and really neutralized it with his own jab. And the lead rights now becoming big weapons for Montell Griffin, as you saw there. That never happened in the trials. Didn't even happen in the box office first match the other day.
We have seen boxers come from behind in the third round, but not from this big a margin. There's another caution from Jerry Dusenberry to Griffin for holding. Now, it's interesting, too, we should make note that coming into this box-off, Jeremy Williams and his father were known as the Intimidators. They would stand back visually and try to intimidate people. Montell Griffin has turned the entire thing around against them.
Again, the right by Griffin. The lead right has become a tremendous tool for him. Jeremy Williams probably got more ink here in Pheonix, along with Larry Donald, than any other boxer, and he was very verbose in his comments. That's part of why Griffin really has gone after him in a very psychological and intimidating way, and it has worked.
Yeah, Montell Griffin has certainly taken this box off personally, even though these two met in the Olympic trials, worth repeating, and Jeremy Williams in red beat Montell Griffin. The committee chose another boxer. A committee of 5 thought the most worthy opponent was Terry McGroom. The reason they chose McGroom was they thought he was a more polished boxer, would look better internationally.
Had more international experience.
And Montell Griffin took it personally, and he has taken it out on Jeremy Williams.
Well, he felt he had beaten McGroom at the trial, so he felt, why should you send McGroom there? Yeah, he has taken everything out on Jeremy Williams. And, you know, boxing this style, if Griffin can sustain this level of intensity and emotionalism, which is what he needs, He's a very strong young man. He can deal with even the Torsten Mays of Germany, who are at the top of the light heavyweight division internationally.
There are also people that I've talked to on the U.S. boxing team, the coaches, the trainers, that would love to have Montell Griffin on the team because of his attitude. You know, that I'm better than you, we'll take it out in the ring. He is a very positive influence on other boxers on this team.
And it's been, we mentioned a turnaround for Williams. Williams was the surprise of the trials, and some thought could be the surprise of the Olympics if he got there. But it doesn't look like that's to be the case.
Another caution by Jerry Dusenberry. Turning his back. That to Jeremy Williams. Well, Montell Griffin is certainly proven his point with an explanation point. He has come in here, and he was not intimidated by getting the extra free box off against Madroon. He was not intimidated by Jeremy Williams or the setting. He has come in here and manhandled Jeremy Williams on 2 straight days. As this fight comes to a close, Montell Griffin has made the 1992 U.S. Olympic boxing team. And one of the things we like about amateur boxing now with the electronic scoring is that the decision comes quickly. Punches are points.
The winner. The score, 33-8. And joining the team of Olympians to go to Barcelona, your winner, Montell